Hello, audience. Happy Halloween. You guys know that I love Rockstar games. You know that it pains me to make this video. But at this point, I just have to come out and say it. The Rockstar Games launcher has been an absolute disaster. In fact, as of the making of this video, it's now been, let me check my watch. Oh yeah, 44 days since the launcher was released to the public. And still, I'm seeing all kinds of articles, YouTube videos, tweets, and Reddit posts about how much of a broken mess it is. And you know, initially I was not gonna do a video on this. When the Rockstar Games launcher first got released and it became clear that it's plagued by dozens of technical difficulties, like many of you, I shrugged it off and said, whatever. It's only been out for a couple days, so it's kind of a given that it's gonna have some kind of technical problem. Oh, I had no idea. What I did not expect was for Rockstar to drag their feet, offer little to no support for the thousands of people dealing with payment issues, constant crashes, error pages, and almost any other kind of up that comes to mind. It's even gotten to the point that one of the top 3 suggestions that show up when you Google Rockstar Games Launcher is Rockstar Games Launcher not working. Okay, so you might be thinking, what technical difficulties am I talking about? What's going on? I'm gonna give you some examples, so let's kick it off with this video by the YouTube user Mr. Freeze2244. The video is entitled, "So, Rockstar Games charged me 3 times for an error-ridden pre-purchase of Red Dead Redemption 2. So you know that this is definitely the sort of thing Rockstar's support team has been handling diligently and not at all in a dismissive way."
I have had a really bad experience with Rockstar Games recently. So, for those of you that are not aware, Red Dead Redemption 2 is being released on PC from next month. To get people to download this new Rockstar launcher so you can launch all the games from there, they are offering 2 free games to get with the pre-purchasing Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC. I was charged 3 times for 1 pre-purchase. When I went through the payment process, I chose to pay it with PayPal, as I usually would with purchases online. And when you went to confirm the process, a screen popped up from Rockstar saying error processing the transaction, blah blah blah. So naturally, what you would do in that situation is try again. So I closed everything down, started the whole process again, and I had the same issue. Again, I got an error. So I thought, I'll try one more time and go through the same process again, and the same thing happened. In the end, I just thought, forget it, I'm going to leave it, I'll wait for release time. Fast forward about half an hour later, I have an email, well, 2 emails back to back from Rockstar saying thank you for your pre-purchase of Red Dead Redemption 2. And it was very surprising to me because I thought, how have I got a thank you for purchasing Red Dead Redemption 2? I didn't even get a receipt from PayPal until like 20 minutes later on. Then I got 2 receipts from PayPal confirming that these 2 payments have gone through. About 5 hours later, I got a 3rd receipt from PayPal with a 3rd charge. So I've been charged 3 times and I've been given 3 separate order numbers for the same pre-purchase, even though that the purchase didn't even go through properly in the first place because of those errors. Naturally, you're going to be pretty annoyed about this situation, so you go on Rockstar support expecting some sort of help in regards to the situation. You want to be cancelling the orders or whatnot, and simply it's impossible to try and find any sort of information that's even relative to what your problem is. I eventually got through to Rockstar live chat. It took 2 hours in a queue to actually get through to these guys, and all the person advised me in the live chat is to visit this website called rockstarwarehouse.com or some shit like that. I had to tell him the game wasn't purchased or pre-purchased from the Rockstar Warehouse. It was from the Rockstar Launcher app. They said you need to contact, Rockstar Warehouse. So going to the customer support on that website itself, when you can't try to click the subject of cancelling order, an error page popped up. Another server error. This was basically impossible to try and contact Rockstar in any shape or form. There's so many people posting the same issue as well, and all Rockstar support keeps telling them to do is go into the rockstarwarehouse.com.
Yeah, there's nothing good about this, is there? The one thing that doesn't end with an error page is Rockstar Games taking money out of your bank account. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Everything else is malfunctioning, but the one part of the transaction that works fine is Rockstar Games getting paid. Okay, seems good. But hey, what about the free games you get when you pre-order Red Dead 2? Well, first off, they're not really free. If I sold you an iPhone and included a pair of earbuds in that purchase, they would not be free. You would still have to pay for one item to acquire the other, but whatever, putting semantics aside, here's a quick little representation of what happened before Rockstar finally fixed this little problem. Okay, so let's say that I'm a hot dog vendor. You walk up to me and ask for a hot dog. 1 hot dog, please. Sure thing, buddy. That'll be $1. And hey, just between you and me, Sweggy's Big Floppy Wieners is having a special for customers such as yourself. So I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you a can of Pepsi, free of charge. Wow, neat. Alright, that'll be $2. $2? Why? Alright, let me see. $1 for the hot dog and $1 for the Pepsi. What? You just said that I'd get the Pepsi for free. You're charging me money for something that you just told me I would get for free. Error! This is what used to happen when you selected Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City as your quote-unquote free games. Yeah, there you go, you still have to pay extra. Like I said, this problem has since been fixed, so I'm not gonna rag on Rockstar for this too much. Something else a lot of people are having trouble with is accessing the store, just navigating it. Okay, so what about Rockstar Game Support? What solution do they have to offer? I mean, by now, they must have some type of standard response for all of the thousands of people who have tried to pre-purchase Red Dead 2 only to be given an error when they attempt to access the Rockstar launcher store. You know, there has to be some kind of response they have prepared by now. Thank you for contacting Rockstar Support. My name is I understand that you are unable to purchase the PC RDR2 game. Is this correct? Yes. Thank you for confirming. If you are unable to access the store menu in the Rockstar Games launcher, please see the Rockstar Games Terms of Service. I have a question. What the hell does this have to do with anything at all? You're having trouble accessing the store page. We know. Here, let me link you to our user guidelines. What? Oh, and by the way, I just thought of something. Here's a fun fact. It only took a day before some Reddit user eventually came across this post, and guess what? They provided an actual solution. They basically said, yeah, I had the same thing, just log out and then log back in. That should take care of it. You know, something tells me that's not in the guidelines. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is in the Rockstar Games Terms of Service. I don't know, man. Something tells me it's not. Something tells me this response has all to do with what the person needed help with. Oh, you know what I just realized? Just forget what I said about Rockstar Games getting paid. Forget the comment I made about how that's the one part of the transaction that actually functions the way it should, because it doesn't. Yesterday, I tried to purchase RDR2 for PC and gave my debit card info instead of the credit card, and they accepted it, and it says pre-purchased. My money was not debited. I'm also able to play the 2 games that come for free with RDR2. I'm using the launcher for the first time and have no idea what's happening. So, you have one guy attempting to buy the game only to be given an error, and so he tries again, gets the same error, and then after another final attempt, same error. A few hours later, and he's now being charged 3 times for the same purchase. Meanwhile, you have this person who didn't have to pay a dime when buying the exact same thing. And on top of all this, you have a litany, like a mountain of other technical screw-ups. As a matter of fact, I'm just gonna quickly list off a few. Red Dead Redemption 2 not appearing anywhere on the launcher, making it impossible to buy it. People having to use VPN to bypass the game not being available in their region. Free games failing to download, often resulting in errors. A lot of people have to exit out of Steam, run the launcher as admin, and then start up Steam via the launcher if they want to play any of their games on Steam. The launcher being stuck on offline mode, and many more things have gone horribly wrong.
This is a disaster. We are so screwed, man.
And like I said, making this video, it's not something that I take much joy in. Although I do find some of this stuff I'm using, it's honestly more disappointing than anything else. It's been over a month, and most of these issues are still there. And until they've been resolved, I cannot in good conscience tell any of you that buying Red Dead 2 via the Rockstar Games launcher is a good idea. Depending on whether or not it chooses to work, which is completely out of your control, you may end up losing money by using this piece of software. I know there's gonna be a few people in the comment section saying, oh, it's fine for me. I don't know what the problem is, but it works fine for me. I'm glad it's fine for you, but it's been nothing short of a disaster for thousands of other people. If you want to see for yourself, just head on over to the Rockstar Games subreddit and take a look. Rockstar, you've made some amazing games, and as someone who wants to buy your game via the launcher, but is very reluctant about that right now, I ask you, please do something about this. At the very least, make sure that your support team is offering the same quality of solutions one can get from strangers on Reddit. As it stands, I'm not gonna give any of my bank account details to a piece of software that's been a complete dud since release. And again, I suggest that none of you do that either, at least until all of this has been taken care of, which I don't know when that's gonna happen. It's been a month and a half, and still, it's a dud. It's a dud, audience. It's a dud.